So when a player makes illegal contact, it's called a personal foul, which means this would be. So that would, yeah, that's a personal foul. No, there is no foul. You know, see how? It's because that's why. But when a player makes unnecessary illegal contact, then it's called a flagrant one foul, which means this would be. Let's see, that's unnecessary. Yep, that's a flagrant one foul. No. What would you think? The player made normal illegal contact, which means it's just a personal foul. See what I mean? The player was just trying to get into a defensive position and accidentally made contact with the other player. That's why. But when the illegal contact is unnecessary and excessive, then that would be a flagrant two foul, which means this would be. So that's unnecessary and excessive. That would be a flagrant two foul. No. Flagrant one foul? No.
Angelica Suffren is the official whose name has suddenly become the center of this growing controversy after a sequence involving Caitlin Clark sparked widespread debate. Many fans believe she had a completely unobstructed view of the contact involving Clark's throat yet allowed the game to continue without blowing the whistle. If you watch the replay, her positioning becomes the main talking point. She moves directly toward the play, appears to have a clear line of sight, and still chooses not to stop the action. That decision has fueled countless discussions across social media, with many viewers now asking the same question: should the WNBA review the officiating from that play, and should referee Angelica Suffren face disciplinary action if the league determines a mistake was made? As clips of the incident continue circulating online, the debate has only intensified. One widely shared post claims that Angelica Suffren had a direct view of Caitlin Clark appearing to take contact to the throat yet decided not to call a foul, prompting thousands of reactions from basketball fans. Others have gone even further, criticizing the officiating crew and questioning the league's consistency in handling controversial moments involving its biggest stars. Social media has quickly turned the incident into one of the most talked about officiating controversies of the season, with passionate opinions coming from every side of the basketball community.
You have to have a lot of passion for what you're doing, and it's totally true. And the reason is because it's so hard that if you don't, any rational person would give up. So if you don't love it, if you're not having fun doing it, you don't really love it, you're going to give up. And that's what happens to most people, actually. If you really look at the ones that...
Instead of calming the situation, the people surrounding Alyssa Thomas only seemed to make the controversy even bigger. Her teammates, members of her coaching staff, and others close to her quickly came forward to defend her, arguing that she was actually the one being treated unfairly. Their position was that Thomas had become the real victim in the aftermath of the incident. They claimed the league should have communicated with her more clearly and handled the entire process differently. According to those defending her, if any disciplinary action was going to be taken, she deserved proper notice and a fair opportunity before the decision was made. In their view, the WNBA failed to follow the right approach, and that only added more fuel to an already heated debate.
All right, ladies, your thoughts just as the league continues to work through what many perceive as consistency issues, especially when it comes to games being officiated, Lisa.
Well, officiating is tough. I don't know if anybody's ever even tried to officiate. It's not the easiest game. It's one of the most thankless jobs you can do. But in this particular situation, I thought that the last official should have been able to catch that. I was actually watching this game, and I was like, oh, wow, that was a bit much. So in that moment, I thought that the official missed the call. I'm not surprised that the league went back and fined Alyssa Thomas. But I think at the same time, it's tough to think that official would have missed that they didn't have a replay on it. That was tough to me. And I think overall, the league's got to do better. The officials have got to do better, but also players. Players have to clean it up. We used to play in a way that you protected one another. Yeah, I want to play physical. I want to play hard, but I'm not out here trying to hurt you. If I was out there for a loose ball and it was Renee down there, yeah, I'm going for the ball. But if I accidentally punched Renee or hit her in some kind of way, maybe the play goes on, but I help her up. I help her up. You know what I mean? Just out of the like, dang, my bad. You know, so I think that part is important too, the reaction. Maybe if Alyssa Thomas would have even turned like, dang, my bad, I didn't mean to hit you like that. It's a different thing, but that's not what happened. And so I think that the league got it right. But I think overall, Coach Tibbetts is correct. everything, consistency is important. It needs to be cleaned up for all players, regardless of what their accolades are. None of that part matters. It matters about protecting these players, no matter which team, which position, when they sub in, the start of the game to the end of the game. Every player deserves the same type of protection.
I believe the league made the correct decision by suspending Alyssa Thomas, was the opinion expressed, while Lisa Leslie publicly disagreed with Nate Tibbetts and defended Kayla Davis during the discussion. Looking at the situation objectively, anyone using common sense and paying attention to what actually happened on the court should be able to recognize why so many people viewed the play as unacceptable. It's understandable that Nate Tibbetts wanted to stand behind and support his player. That's what coaches often do. But at some point there also has to be honesty and accountability. Instead of immediately dismissing the criticism, he could have simply acknowledged that the play crossed the line and admitted it was a cheap shot, regardless of whether it was intentional or not. Watching his reaction leaves many fans wondering if they all witnessed the same replay because the contact looked obvious. It makes you question your own eyes for a moment. Did everyone else see something completely different? Or was the incident really as clear as it appeared on video?
She's 100% supported by us. The people in this league know who AT is. She's a competitor, she's a winner, and she's tough. The one thing she is not is cheap. I respect Steph White. I got to know her with USA Basketball. I respect her as a coach and a person, and I understand her sticking up for Caitlin in this situation. But to say that we had 2 cheap shots in that game, to me, is ridiculous. Steph knows AT. She got the opportunity to coach AT for 2 years, and she knows what AT stands for and what she's about. Next, I'd like to hit on my disappointment with the suspension process by our league and our leaders in the W. This was not a thorough investigation, in my opinion. The people involved were not questioned at all. It's extremely disappointing. No one from the league called AT, our security team, or myself about what we felt like happened in this situation. There is a protocol to be followed.
What has frustrated many fans even more is seeing other players publicly come out in support of Alyssa Thomas, portraying her as the real victim in this entire controversy. That reaction has only fueled the backlash because, from the perspective of many viewers, the player who absorbed the contact was Caitlin Clark. She was the one who took the hit to the neck, yet the conversation quickly shifted toward defending the player who committed the foul instead of discussing the incident itself. That has led to a growing sense of frustration among fans, with many arguing that the punishment sends the wrong message. Their view is simple. If the consequence for such a serious incident is only a 1-game suspension, then what kind of precedent does that set for the rest of the league? Some have sarcastically suggested that players might as well become even more physical because, at worst, they'll miss 1 game, take a short break, and then return as if nothing happened. Whether people agree with that opinion or not, it reflects the level of dissatisfaction many fans are expressing. The criticism doesn't stop there. Many supporters believe this isn't an isolated incident, but part of a larger pattern that has been developing over time. They point to multiple examples of players such as Sophie Cunningham being knocked to the floor, hit with elbows, shoved, pushed around, or involved in rough physical confrontations. According to those critics, these types of plays have been happening for a long time without consistent consequences. They argue that players have little reason to change their behavior if officials fail to intervene during games and, even after replay reviews, the final discipline amounts to only a single-game suspension. For many fans, that is why confidence in the league's officiating and disciplinary process continues to be questioned.
I mean, it's either incompetence or intentional. Both are embarrassing. The WNBA, they just keep driving into a wall at full speed with Caitlin Clark. They now have a commemorative poster of 30 years of the WNBA. Caitlin Clark's not on it. And it's not just like an ode to the veterans that started the league. Paige Beckers and Angel Reese are on it. And Caitlin Clark's not. You guys, when she broke into the league, you moved her road games to bigger arenas to accommodate the fans. You were flying the last 6 rows of Southwest Airlines until she made such an impact, you transitioned, pivoted to private jets. And she's not on the 30-year poster, but Paige Beckers and Angel Reese are. What? I mean, recently there were TV games. Hers got double the rating of Asia Wilson, the best player in the league, the 3-time champ and the 4-time MVP. Double the rating. This is a paranoid, weird, insular league.
Celebrating 30 years of WNBA history. Critics argue that there are only 2 possible explanations. Either it was an incredible oversight or it was done intentionally. Whichever one is true, many believe it reflects poorly on the league. The comparison many fans make is easy to understand. Imagine releasing a special anniversary poster celebrating decades of world football while leaving out Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo. It would immediately become the biggest talking point because the sport's most recognizable stars had been excluded. That's exactly how many basketball fans feel about Caitlin Clark being omitted. They believe the league left out the player who has brought the most attention to the WNBA in recent years. At the same time, the debate over officiating continues to grow. Many fans are now asking whether the referee involved in the latest controversy should be formally reviewed or even suspended. Their concern isn't simply about one missed call. It's about what they see as a pattern of officials allowing dangerous contact to go unpunished. Every time another incident occurs, the same question comes back. How many more times can this happen before a player suffers an even more serious injury? Supporters point out that Clark has already dealt with physical incidents throughout her career, including taking contact that previously left her with a black eye. For those fans, the issue is no longer just about one game or one whistle. It's about player safety and whether the league is doing enough to protect everyone on the court.